Assalamu alaikum, inshallah you're well guys. So a slightly different video today. As part of my work, I have the opportunity to travel and I want to share some of my experiences. And today, I'm flying out to Boston via Delta Airlines from London Heathrow Terminal 3. It's my first time flying with Delta, so let's see how it goes. So my flight was around 9 a.m. in the morning. I arrived at the airport for around 7 a.m. and as you can see, hardly any queues at all. So check-in only took around 2 to 3 minutes. Now, Delta have a partnership with Virgin Atlantic, so I could use Virgin's flagship lounge before boarding the plane. And I have to say, it's something else. So far, definitely the best lounge I've ever been to. Even though it was first thing in the morning, it was really busy, and the lounge I thought was decked out really well. Loads of different sections, you had this Instagrammable type area, you also had a mini gym with a few Peloton bikes, and you had areas where you could spend some time quietly working. Most lounges that I've been to have been self-service. However, here you could scan a QR code and order food to your table. This was super efficient, and when I ordered breakfast, it took less than 5 minutes for me to receive my food, and it was really nice, no complaints at all. Like I mentioned, the lounge was divided into lots of different sections. This was upstairs, which was completely empty. Even though it was busy, there was plenty of space downstairs. You had more secluded sections where you could put your head down and get some work done, and you also had views of the plane. Ironically, not of any Virgin planes, but you could see some American airline planes if you wanted to. At the food counter, you had lots of different breakfast options available to you. I was really impressed. The items were presented well. You had different types of breads, meats, eggs, lots of condiments, fresh fruit, bakery items which you could just grab and go, and then self-service juices and drinks. And like I mentioned, all of these items could be brought to your table if you ordered via the QR code. This is my business class seat on the plane, and as you enter, you can see that you're given a duvet, water bottle, goodie bag. Next to my bag, you've got the footrest if you wanted to put your feet up and get a nap in, as well as charging sockets, headphones, and an entertainment screen. Now on Delta, the business class layout is 121, and as you can tell, it's a pretty quiet flight. Now on the plane, I think in total there are around 40 to 50 business class seats. I didn't see a first class section. There wasn't one. I don't know if Delta actually do one. Behind Delta One, which is their business class, there was a premium economy section and an economy section. But overall, like I said, it was a very quiet flight. When I picked up the menu, I was slightly worried that they may serve eggs, which I just had in the lounge. Often there's limited halal options on non-Middle Eastern airlines, but here I could have the apple-filled crepes. Obviously, none of the alcohol options appealed to me. Now, if I'm being honest, the seat itself felt a bit clunky, and it definitely wasn't as nice as other business class seats I've been in. There were lots of little buttons to push. As you can see, when I push the button for the entertainment screen, it literally flies out. And I was quite surprised with this. It just gives off the vibe that the business class lounge is quite dated. The color scheme itself wasn't nice. The plane wasn't clean throughout. I had a colleague with me who complained about crumbs on her seat. The seat itself, although it was quite comfortable, I managed to get a few hours in. I was quite tired, I have to say, though. Again, it was a bit dated. You can see that from the seatbelt. In terms of food, we started off with a glass of apple juice and was also offered some nuts. There was internet on the plane, but the free Wi-Fi was extremely slow. This I was hugely disappointed with because you'd really expect this as a perk in business class. The main course itself was way too much for me. There was fruit, croissant, and the apple-filled crepes were filling. I couldn't finish it all. Now, if I'm being honest, it wasn't the best. I'd say the food at the lounge was much better. After breakfast, I did some exploring on the plane and found a nice little snack area which you could help yourself to. They had these cookies which were quite nice, but you could also grab a banana, a little chocolate bar, some shortbread biscuits, and crisps if you wanted them. When I got back to my seat, I went through the little goodie bag that the airline gave me. You can often tell which is the better airline through the freebies that they give out. Some airlines will even give you pajamas for overnight flights. Now, mine included some earbuds, which I was looking at for ages trying to work out what they were. An eye mask, which I've never needed on a plane, but it was nice to have. Then came a toothbrush, which seemed really fancy. It seemed to be something that you don't pick up from the supermarket. And then there were also either some creams or a lip balm. Again, I couldn't really read the writing, so I was trying to work out what it was. And finally, the all important pen, which all airlines seem to give. I had no use for these items. There was no need for this. But again, it was still nice to get them. Not something that I'd pay for, though. Now, before landing, I opted for sandwiches as I couldn't have meat. I only had the two vegetarian sandwiches with some scones and a macaroon, which was actually very, very nice. In conclusion, I'd say again, the flight was bang average. The business class experience felt a bit dated, and I've definitely sat in better airlines, but Alhamdulillah, still better than flying economy. Inshallah, till next time.